Hi everyone, Jaineesha here. Welcome back to my channel. So Garba and Navratri season is upon us and it's such a shame that we're stuck at home. So I thought I'd dress up and get into my Jaineesha and create a cranberry makeup inspired look. So I'm starting off with my Fenty matchsticks in Suede and Caramel. They are my favourite. I use them all the time. But what I've done this time is pop them on first. I'm buffing them in with a synthetic brush because it's vegan. I think I actually bought this one from eBay a long time ago, but it works really well. So I pop my corrector and concealer Fenty matchsticks all over wherever there's a little bit of darkness, followed by the Cover FX Natural Finish Foundation in G90. So this is a little bit darker for me actually. I'd probably say it's more of my summer shade and we're coming into autumn, nearly winter soon. So it is a little bit dark, so I'll be switching over. But if you do have a foundation that's a little bit too dark, you can always mix it in with something lighter or highlight your areas a little bit more, which is what I'll be doing with this video. So just getting the base on first. I always do my base first. I find it much easier. And I find once your base looks really good, then everything else doesn't matter as much. So I'm buffing it in with another synthetic brush, a little bit all over, just to give it a really smooth finish all over. Just helps get rid of any brush strokes. So I'm going in with a slightly lighter concealer. This is the Kat Von D M27 Lock-It Concealer. I'll pop all the product details below, and this is the Beauty Pie Bare Faced, I think it's called, cream blusher. So I pop all my cream products on first with the Fenty Matchsticks Yacht Life. That's got a little bit of a highlighter to it. And then I let them sit for a while. I have sped it up, but I let them sit for a while just so that they get comfortable on the skin. My skin takes any moisture in that it needs to, and it kind of helps the concealer become a little bit more tacky and drier, so it's a little bit easier to blend. And then this is the Kat Von D Lock-It powder. I use a coloured powder because I find that it helps to brighten all the areas that I'm working on. And then I'll use the Beauty Pie powder, which is going on now. It's a translucent powder called One Powder Wonder, and this is really good for a dry skin. So just filling my brows in with my mid-brown pencil from MUA Academy. I don't like pomades, I find this works better. And then this is the cranberry inspired look, the e.l.f. palette, which I'll note down below. So I'm using mainly pinks on my eyes, pinks and kind of purple. So I'm popping a light coverage on first. I did put a bit of concealer on first just to give it a nice base. But this is the slightly pinky shade all over my eye from the brow bone all the way down to the lash line. And then I will go into the corner and work in with a matte colour into the crease, which will be one out of the 4 colours. 2 of them are shimmers and 2 of them are mattes. So if you'd like to learn how to do your makeup using your own products, I am actually doing online virtual classes live streamed, and I'll tell you everything that I'm using and what brushes to use, what tools work really well, and then you'll be able to watch me do it live and give you advice as well. So if you do want to know a little bit more about that, you can head onto my website and subscribe to my emails, and I'll let you know via that when my next class is. So this is the Pixie Black Cocoa pencil. These are gorgeous. Obviously they're vegan, but they go on really well, and you have a little bit of playtime, so you can smudge them if you want, and then they set. So I love these. They're really good for tight lining. They're good for kind of smudging, and I really like a smoky eyeliner. I think it looks beautiful. I might create another Navratri look where there's more of a winged liner with a more traditional Jaineesha, but let's see. So I'm just smudging that in with a smaller, tighter kind of brush. You could use your finger if you wanted, or a cotton bud works quite well as well. So this is just smudging it in with a little bit of brown or the darkest colour in the palette, and then we'll follow it with some shimmer. I found I haven't really been wearing lashes much, so you'll see me just do a bit of mascara and my eyelash curlers, which are absolutely brilliant. A lot of people ask how I can do my eye makeup after I've done my skin and not get any fallout. You can just tap your brush, make sure that you're getting rid of any excess and just putting on exactly what you need. And always keep a clean brush with you, which you can use just to swipe anything off if you do find it is kind of dropping out, but make sure you get rid of it straight away. But because you did put a layer of powder on your face, you'll be absolutely fine. So, smudging a bit more of the brown in. You can also put a little bit of the black, but I'm just making sure it's really, really diffused. And then with a smoky eye brush, just start working into the corner. So this is really bringing that cranberry pop of colour out, and just work on the outer edge of your eyes. If you find that you get it a little bit too high or low, just use another brush to clean it up. And then time to finally put a little bit of shimmer on. So I like to use a flat brush for this part. So I'm using the darker shimmer out of the two. And then on the inner corner we'll pop the lighter shimmer on. And this is the Kat Von D Cake Liner in Tattoo Black, I think it's called. I'll pop it in the description anyway. So I've just tight lined my upper waterline, my lower waterline, and then blending that in with the brown eyeshadow from earlier. I find this kind of eye look really works if you have a deep set eye like mine, where if you do any smokiness on top, it does kind of disappear. So you're better off working with the waterline and the shape that you've already got, rather than trying to mimic something that you haven't got. And just make sure it's really, really nice and blended. I find I spend a lot more time on my skin rather than my eyes. And once your skin looks really good, you can do a little bit on your eyes, or you can do a lot, and it will just look nice and pulled together really quickly. So I've popped my mascara on now. It just helps your eyes really pop, doesn't it? And this is the Beauty Pie Wonder Gel Lip Liner. Really nice and soft and smooth. It's called Foxy. Lip liners are good just to kind of help keep the product on a little bit longer. If you need to overline, you can. I tend not to too much really. But sometimes a lip liner with a bit of gloss on top can look really beautiful as well. And then we've got the Lolita Kat Von D lipstick. I love this brand because it's all vegan, so it's quite easy for me to shop there. And this colour is so beautiful. They are matte, but they go on really beautifully. So that's my cranberry look. I've got my jewellery on, which I'll tag below. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon.